Hush your pie hole.
Come on, you cranky old man.
Hush your pie hole. You're the one who started yelling first. Hey, guys, welcome in. Wasn't it, Blake? You vouched for me. Who yelled first?
Good answer, Blake. Good answer.
Diplomatic answer.
Diplomatic
exactly.
answer. Hey, guys, we are in the
Bozard Ford Studio.
Thanks for ruining the intro there, Lynn. Bollocks this evening. All disheveled here.
Shave the beard.
It's not even Tuesday.
No, it's not.
So
It's only Monday, but we got a new read. I'm very excited by this.
all right. All right. For over 75 years, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been a trusted name in St. Augustine, built on family values, honesty, and doing things the right way. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee. Bozard makes car buying simple and stress-free. That's the Bozard difference. Their state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, and over 40 mobile service vans to serve at your convenience. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, Bozard Ford Lincoln, they're driven to inspire. Which earthquake? Which one?
There were 2 in the Philippines, and there was 1 in Cuba today.
Which one do we care about?
All of them.
We care about the one closest to us. Take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of the world.
Put on your oxygen mask first.
I am so glad.
We're Americans, like we're selfish assholes first.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
True, but it's a shame.
Well, yeah, we're selfish, but we give more money to all the other countries in the entire world by about 20-fold.
It's because we got more.
But that's what we are. We're selfish. Yeah.
Thank you. Looking for
Selfish.
classic diner food done right? Anastasia Diner and Moultrie Creek Diner are local favorites, serving up homestyle comfort with generous portions. Start your day with their hubcap-sized pancakes and made-to-order omelets, or stop in later for juicy burgers and crispy fries that always hit the spot. Known for friendly service and a welcoming atmosphere, these diners are perfect for breakfast, lunch, or laid-back meal with families and friends. Anastasia and Moultrie Creek Diners. Tell them Andy sent you.
All right. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing has been protecting homes and businesses across St. Augustine and St. Johns County for over 20 years. Specializing in shingle, metal, tile, and flat roofing, A to Z delivers quality craftsmanship built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From free estimates to long-term warranties, their team puts customer satisfaction first on every job. When it comes to experience, reliability, and results you can trust, start at the top. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, covering you from the top down.
Is your car due for some TLC? Head over to Atlantic Automotive and Quick Lube Center, St. Augustine's go-to shop for oil changes, brakes, tires, and full auto repair. Their skilled mechanics treat your vehicle like it's their own, with top tire brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal at competitive prices. Plus, ladies save on oil changes and tire rotations every Wednesday, and gentlemen every Thursday. Well, that's very egalitarian of them.
Yep.
Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Find them at 155 A1A Beach Boulevard in St. Augustine, or call 904-471-9790. That's 904-471-9790. Atlantic Automotive, quality care, car care you can count on.
And also here on the 904 network, not the World Network, we have sponsors, local sponsors like Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, Johnny on the Spot Electric, Synergy Energy Solutions, Aver Kresge and Associates, Saint Restaurant, Meehan's Irish Pub, try the smash burger.
That's the plan.
A.D. Davis Construction, Powell Heating and Air, St. Augustine Distillery, and Citygate Spirits. Appreciate each and every one of you. These two go together. That one goes there. And we're ready to begin. We got an environmental show today with some controversy, I'm sure, involved with what happened 1 second before we started the show. So, which one?
Yes.
Which one? So we're going to talk about earthquake. That's what the argument was about. Blake asked if there was any pictures that we wanted to put up. And I said, let's put up a picture of the earthquake. And Lenny, with his global wisdom,
thank you,
says which one. All right. I'm talking about the one that affected Florida, because we are the 904 now. And 904 is located in Florida.
Yeah.
Not in the Philippines.
No.
Not in the Philippines at all.
Was your house rumbling from this Cuban earthquake?
It was shaking like a leaf
I'm sure.
because the train went by the exact same time.
Right, that damn big truck.
Train went by the exact same time. So, so what do we know about this 6.1? Is that what it was, Blake?
It looks like it was a 6.1 earthquake that was 104 kilometers west-northwest of Mantua, Cuba.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like near the tip of Cancun, Cuba.
yes.
Key West is out that way too, so I'm sure Key West.
Yeah,
felt
they definitely did felt it, but officials did say that there was no threat of a tsunami in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean America.
Yeah, Gulf. We're going with Gulf of Mexico. We're not that far gone.
See, Lenny, my dad's reasonable.
Yeah, we're going. It's the time I was raised, so I don't like change well.
Right.
So
especially silly stuff. Yeah.
All right, but we had an earthquake, like a 4.0, that affected Florida 2 years ago.
Okay.
If I remember right. But this one was significantly bigger. But the timing of this one compared to the one in Philippines was what? This one happened around 2 p.m. Eastern time. What time were the ones in the Philippines?
Looked like they were in the morning or at late night. Because these are all coming in at 7:22, 5:17 a.m. And they were big.
Yeah. What was the size of those?
5.5. And then I thought I saw something that there were 7 and change.
All right. So
here's a map of the Philippines earthquakes. Like
7.8 was on June 7th. So that was yesterday. That was the second one. The first one was a mere 5.5.
How many? What are all the? Okay, the blue dot. I'm assuming it's a hurricane. What are all the yellow dots? Are those tremors?
Like those are all the earthquakes that happened like within like the region. I believe within the last 24 hours.
So earthquake and aftershocks.
Yeah, those are the aftershocks and tremors that follow it.
Yeah.
So you usually get hit with the big one. You ever been in an earthquake?
I have.
Okay.
In Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only hit. That's the end of your story.
Yeah. Actually, I was also.
Make something up, like.
Also, we got an hour to fill here.
No problem. Also, was in one in Portland. Driving, we were on the West Coast. And we were driving, and this was in our Urinate on the Steps of State Capitals tour.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on this hugely elevated highway, and we didn't realize there was a big ass earthquake at the time because we're on the highway, and it was designed to wiggle and wobble. So we had no idea that we were getting shook around by that because who the hell knew? And we found out later that there was just a big ass earthquake out there. That was in 1980. Long time ago. And that was also, Hawaii was also 1980 when I was out there at the same time. Same trip.
Yeah. I was in an earthquake and didn't know it.
Right.
Okay. I landed in Palm Springs in the evening. I went to this very nice hotel. I was doing, it's when I first opened Treaty Park, and it was like, now we have a facility I can host the national tournament. So I'm going out there all by myself. I'm like 23 years old, 4 years old, something like that. All by myself with one of those slide projectors, the round ones with a, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The little disc
The
thing.
carousel?
The carousel. Thank you. I knew you'd come up with the word.
Hi,
with
Pete.
with the little with the little carousel. All right. But when I land there, it was nighttime. I get to the hotel, nice hotel, very posh hotel. I feel something around 2:00 in the morning. I was like, I didn't even know we were near a train track. I'd slept near train tracks, enough in my life to know what it feels like.
Right.
So I was convinced. I was like, okay, I'll just go. I went back to sleep, but when I woke up in the morning, the light was out in my bathroom. It had worked when I went to bed. And I went downstairs and was like, hey, appreciate everything, but can you guys send somebody up? The light in my bathroom's out. They're like, oh, yeah, we've been doing that all morning. It was from the earthquake last night. So that wasn't a train?
Right.
I missed my one earthquake moment. So
Hey, play your cards right. You could have another one.
Yeah. So
Something to look forward to.
I don't think we got hurricanes. California can keep their earthquakes.
Sure.
I don't think we need it. So is there like a plate that's there that might have
Cuba?
created this, or is it a big ball of magma underneath us.
Could be. I mean, you have earthquakes in Connecticut. You have earthquakes in Kentucky.
Well, an earthquake is
had 'em
what
in Long
closed
Beach.
the Washington Monument. I mean, it shifted and it closed the Washington Monument for
All right.
years. So
All right, so there is a line, a fault line, just south of Cuba, like where Guatemala, Belize, then they go into the Caribbean Sea, then that touches Cuba again. So it doesn't look like it's definitely not on the fault line itself. So
that's a pretty good ways away.
yeah,
It's not. I wouldn't consider that being close to that fault line. Looks like Espanola. Is that the island?
Hispaniola, yeah, that's
Hispaniola.
the Dominican Republic.
Is that what's okay? You moved away from it.
Hispaniola is the Dominican
Yeah.
Republic in Haiti.
Yeah. Looked like that was kind of close to that fault line.
Okay.
So I mean, and they're the ones that got hit by
Haiti all the time.
that really.
You never hear anything about the DR. It's always Haiti.
Yeah.
Poor Haitians are getting
well,
well.
you know, their houses are made of metal with like twigs and stuff,
Mhm.
so they don't really have building codes there.
No, but easier to replace it. All you need
Yeah.
is more mud.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, how many Haitians? Wasn't it like 50,000 or something?
It was big, yeah.
Lost their lives.
Yeah.
So, all right. Earthquakes. These things happening. We talk about environmental stuff a lot. It just so happened you were bringing something environmental in. I was bringing something environmental in. You know, last week you and I got into one of our lovely discussions. It gets louder each time. We out loud each other.
That's it.
Um,
I would have worn a different shirt to go with yours.
but we talked about like global warming, and you were saying you were pointing out that our current government doesn't believe in global warming. I'm
Right there.
also a person that does not believe in global warming.
Mhm.
I believe in trends in the environment and trends in our whatever we want to call the earth, because I don't believe us sitting on top of what's hotter or equally as hot as the sun, that's what is inside the core of our earth,
Mm-hmm.
which is just fighting to get out constantly.
Hence volcanoes.
Hence volcanoes, hence all these things that has nothing to do with what's going on up here, has everything to do with what's going on down there, has more control over our weather and our environment than we do. And, you know, one of the reasons I wanted to bring up trees,
Mm-hmm. Because there's more trees now than there ever were.
yes,
They beat you to the punch every now and again.
there are more trees now than there ever have been.
Right.
All right. And, you know, I wanted to see where the U.S. sat in trees per capita.
Okay.
Um,
Man, just on a side note, I saw a picture the other day of Mount St. Helens after the explosion, after the volcano.
Mhm.
What you saw was just trees laying. It was like the meteor that hit in Siberia. Just acres and acres and acres and acres of trees just all knocked down.
stacked up,
Oh, but yeah, but they were just all
Yeah.
boom, full down. It was
Yeah.
massive number of trees.
just stacked up.
Talk about free lumber.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to see what the trees per capita was. And I did the breakdown of big countries,
Okay.
but the number one country in the world per capita is Finland.
When you're saying per capita, the most trees by the number of
Yeah.
their residents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So per person, per tree.
Okay.
So per person, per tree. And Finland is so lightly populated, it kind of doesn't really fit into
Right.
with these other ones that I have. So the countries I have are India, United Kingdom, China, France, United States, Brazil, Australia, Russia, and Canada.
Okay.
Some of the more populated areas kind of spread around, southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere, and kind of spread around.
It could be my ignorance, but I don't necessarily think of India as a forested country.
Well, we're
Okay.
gonna get to it
Okay.
because it's not number one.
Okay.
So in case you
I wasn't
But-
concerned.
in case you thought maybe it slid in there. It's not number one. There are a lot of farmlands in India.
Yeah.
You know, you get outside the city, it's a lot of farmlands.
Yeah.
It's a
I think
farming,
they're growing a bunch of wheat there too now.
It's a farming country. It relies a lot on that. But Finland was number one, and it was like 40,000 trees per person.
Okay.
A crazy number. All right.
Not a lot of people in Finland, as you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Canada was almost 9,000 trees per person.
And Finland was how many?
40,000 per person.
Okay.
Blake, look up Finland really quick.
What's the population?
Trees per capita for the country of Finland. I think it was like 40,000. I think the numbers range from like 20 to 40,000, but I used the bigger one to exaggerate the point.
For Finland, there are around 4,500 trees per every living person.
Okay,
What?
So you were a multiple of 10.
That was a different stat that I had.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this is why we have to do these things, because stats
Right.
and numbers.
you'll see it in the water stuff.
Yeah, because apparently Finland is estimated to have like around 22 billion trees.
That's all they got.
Well, you would think that the north half of Finland is probably pretty chilly and not really well populated.
Mm.
And I think that's and you think of that and it's kind of foresty.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can find it, because did you do chat? Is that what you did?
Google AI, the Google search.
The Googler.
All right. Trees in Finland. Let's see what I come up with not using that one. Because when I looked at it, because I went to cleaner countries, and there you go. This one has it like 15,000. So, and it has it as 78 billion trees. Okay. So our numbers are way off between those two. All right. But of the major countries, here's Canada's number one of major countries. And I gave you the major countries that I selected. It's about 9,000, approximately 318 billion total trees. Okay. Russia is second at 4,461 trees per person, with about 641 billion total trees. They have more trees, but they also have more people. Australia's 3,266. Brazil is 1,494. The United States is 716 trees per person. And that is with 228 billion total trees.
Okay.
A lot of trees.
A lot of trees.
Here's the caveat.
Go ahead.
35% of those trees are in Alaska.
Okay.
So I don't know if we should give Canada credit or not. You know, because
It's Alaska adjacent.
here's the point I was trying to prove is like Estonia.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, see what number you come up with for Estonia on per capita. Estonia is considered the cleanest country. Okay. I always thought it was Finland. That's why I went to Finland, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, that tracks.
I always thought it was Disneyland, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. The Vatican's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. But so I was like, I wanted to compare U.S. to Estonia, and I was like, oh yeah, I think Estonia is like 400 or 500 per capita.
Okay.
Trees per capita.
So
I was like, oh, United States beat Estonia. But then
2-1. It was in overtime.
But then when I dug into it, 35% of it's in Alaska.
Well,
that's it is the United States.
Correct.
But
and Alaska, I mean, I keep coming back to the fact that we've been toying around with Alaska on a couple of other topics lately. Alaska's freaking huge.
Yes.
So that's kind of, but now it begs the question is who counted the trees?
Yeah.
And who decided that we should see how many trees per person?
Well,
That's just kind of a
satellite
wacky
thing.
yeah, I know. They just do it by square, they take a square mile or whatever it is and they guesstimate and they let ChatGTP do the math.
Yeah. No, it was a satellite thing. So, All right.
You're asking about Estonia.
Yeah, which is
So-
considered the cleanest country.
Yeah, so they have no, so I couldn't find like any good estimate about how many trees like they actually have, but they did say that they have like around like 1.7 to 1.8 hectares of forest to each person.
Okay.
Which estimates is like around like 1 hectare is like 20,000 like 2,500 trees.
Okay.
But also depends on what type of tree it is.
Yeah. Well, all these things depend on that.
Yeah.
So, all right. I did not do this, so I'm doing this for the first time.
Okay.
All right. France was at 182. China was at 132 per person. UK was at 47 a person. India is at 28 trees per person.
Okay.
Pretty limited. Pretty sparse. Okay, I'm putting in trees per capita by state.
Did you have Australia on that list? Because I find that
Yeah, they were actually really high.
well, because there's not a lot of people in Australia.
Yeah.
But the whole western half of the country, I mean, it's a
They
big
were
it's a
like-
big island.
I think there were 3,300 if I
Okay. Because the whole western side of Australia is a desert.
All right,
There's not a lot there.
here we go. Maybe this is what threw me off on the 40,000. Alaska is 43,000 trees per person.
Alaska itself.
Alaska itself,
Okay.
it's 37% total forest coverage. Next, it only gave me like the top 7. So you want to guess what's next per capita
After statewide,
after Alaska?
I would go Washington State.
It did not make the top 7.
Really?
No,
Oregon?
no.
Huh. Because there's not a lot of people in those states necessarily, and they are all timberland.
Mhm.
Okay. Where are we cutting trees? Where are we farming? New York State.
Wyoming.
Okay.
Wyoming's 4,536 per person. Now the next one makes sense. It tracks. It's 1,803 per person, but this state, okay, so it's going to show you the size of the state. This state is 76% total forest coverage. By the way, Wyoming is 17% forest coverage, but there's so few people, and it's
Right.
such a big state by percentage.
So is this
Yeah.
the next one down in the list?
This is the number 3 on the list is 1,803 trees per person, and
Oh,
its state
it's
is
Maine.
76% forest coverage.
Maine.
Close. You're in the neighborhood.
Okay. New
Syrup.
Hampshire.
Syrup.
Vermont.
There you go. Vermont. All right.
'Cause
Next
Maine
is
is the pine tree state.
yeah. Next one is West Virginia, and it is 1674 per person, but it's 78% total forest coverage. So up in those hills where people don't live and stuff is where the coverage is at. These next 3 shock me. Okay. Next on the list at 1663, just barely behind West Virginia at 65% total forest coverage. And now that I think about it, I've just put my head through this. There's a lot of hunting in these areas, and it's a lot of wooded area, and that's Mississippi.
Okay.
I would not have had Mississippi. After that is Arkansas
Where does
and
Utah show up?
Alabama. All right. We're going down to the next level. You've named a lot of these. Maine is at the next level, but it's has the most forested state land area at 89%.
Mhm.
But I think the population there throws off their trees,
Yeah.
their tree count. They're at about 1,000. Rhode Island is 56. See, I only thought of Rhode Island. They're so small. I was
Right.
like, it's got to be all
Yeah, it's
everything's
seacoast, right.
everything's Providence and on the coast, but it's 56 total coverage. Washington, which you named, was 53 total forest coverage. Georgia is 67 total coverage. New York, which you named, is 63%.
A lot of
Total
forests
forest
in New
coverage.
York, yeah.
And that's about 243 per person. Indiana's 167. These are the lower ones, by the way.
What about Colorado?
It didn't give me Colorado in there.
Too many mountains, huh?
Yeah, it didn't get me in there. These are the lower 5 was New York, Indiana, Arizona. It's all
Yeah,
desert.
Yeah.
Massachusetts, even though it does have 61% total forest coverage, it has
Really?
a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Connecticut is 58% forest coverage. So
See,
that was Connecticut.
But this begs the question, and I realize that all these trees are not necessarily lumber stock.
Mhm.
But if we got all these freaking trees all over this country, why are we bringing wood in from Canada? Why are we bringing lumber in from Canada?
Yeah, it's like, well, Venezuela has all the oil, but they have the wrong kind of oil.
Right.
So I'm assuming.
I'm wondering
I'm
if
assuming
it's
that's
lumber tree or
I'm assuming that's a factor.
Mhm. But you have all the different variations of wood. You've got softwood, you've got pine, you've got softwood, things of that nature, and then you got hardwoods. The only thing you don't have is, where's I reading, is it Brazil has run out of, I don't know, chestnut or mahogany. Yeah, there's no more mahogany kicking around. I think Brazil has run out of mahogany.
That's not good.
No, I like mahogany. Pretty wood.
All my doors going on that new hotel are mahogany.
Ooh, careful on the price.
Oh, I better buy now. Better buy my mahogany in advance.
I would think so.
Okay.
Because we want real mahogany. We don't want veneer.
Yeah. No. I don't think Harv's going to go for that.
Okay.
You just made my ulcer jump.
Sorry, baby.
Ooh.
Was not my intention.
So
just trying to keep you in the know.
All right. So that's my tree analysis.
Okay.
And now you have a water analysis for us.
Yeah, and this comes back to, sort of the bizarre part of, if you look at one site, you get one set of data, and you look at another site, you get another set of data. When I started to look originally, the top states for water quality were Hawaii, Kentucky, Alabama and Tennessee, and Washington State. And the rationale for that was Hawaii's got pristine underground aquifers and the lowest EPA health violations. Kentucky has award-winning tap water in Louisville's highly rated municipal system. Alabama and Tennessee have high surface and groundwater quality and low rates of regulational safety violations. And Washington State has premium water quality with few complaints on the taste and smell. You come to the other side, Texas has got the worst water, followed by Alaska, New Mexico, and Arizona. But I find it weird that Alaska, on that site, because Alaska's poorly constructed septic system. So
I was going to say
groundwater,
it probably has to do with the infrastructure more than anything else.
They don't have a whole lot of sewers. They're morely septic, and those things, the tanks leak, and that's a problem there.
Leaching.
Texas, it's aging infrastructure and contaminated groundwater. And in Texas, you have occasional radiation or lead violations. Go figure. And New Mexico and Arizona are naturally occurring arsenic and radioactive elements, and they have hard water.
Mm-hmm.
So that's hard to get around, because that's, the ground.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Yeah, the fact that they have water at all. I think of Arizona is, I've only been to like Scottsdale and Phoenix.
And it's dry.
I think I've been to Flagstaff. I think I played ball in Flagstaff one time, but no, it's just,
Flagstaff is wooded. They're forests up in that.
Yeah.
Northern Arizona is very forested.
Yeah.
It did.
But I only saw the ballpark.
Right. See, but on this one, in the tapwaterdata.com, Alaska's the 5th best state for tap water. So it's very confusing.
That's conflicting.
The only two that are consistent is Hawaii in both of my surveys.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is North Carolina, New Hampshire, Louisiana, by the way, just for the record. Louisiana has no, where'd that go?
Oh,
maybe that was on my phone. Louisiana has no problem with their water systems. They've got no complaints. They've got no big deals.
Because no one's got a phone to call.
That's fine. Yeah, that's it. So, and this one has New Mexico with an A rating, 95.9 on the scale of 100, based on population weighted EPA data. So, and Hawaii was at 99.9. They got no problems there.
Yep.
And Louisiana on this one is 98.9, and Louisiana, no regulatory issues. Not bad.
Between the two, where did New York fall?
On this list, New York is, where was it? It was, no, those are cities. Hold on. New York was on this page at 28th.
Okay.
One below Michigan.
See, this is why
I know.
this is why this list is You know,
Florida-
all lists are in question at this
Absolutely,
point.
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Florida's 37th.
Okay.
And I went looking for New Jersey
Well,
for you.
I assume
and New
Florida
Jersey
is
was 40th.
37th because of the sulfur.
Could be. Could
You
be.
know, I mean, I can tell you, like, sulfur water
Oh, God. Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be healthy for you. But I can tell you, when I was drinking sulfur water, I never had cramps, but I stopped drinking sulfur water after I was about 14. So I don't know if you got cramps before 14.
Yeah, and then it
My
was just,
grandfather
that
was
was just an upset stomach.
My grandfather was in the age where, like, you didn't actually drink the water; you squished it in your mouth and you spit
Put
it
it
out.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, did you have coaches like that?
Yeah, don't swallow it because no.
It'll give you
No.
cramps. Yeah.
No, because, when I was playing soccer, my parents, or my mother in particular, my parents came to most of my games where they were school teachers, so it kind of worked with their schedule.
Mhm.
And my mother would show up with oranges and quarts of orange juice, and we would chug a quart of orange juice at halftime.
Okay.
So,
All right. So I looked up Florida for trees.
okay.
There are 8 billion trees, measuring at least 1 inch in diameter. There are 17 million acres of forest land. All right.
Protected?
And this,
Are we presuming that's
no, it
protected?
doesn't say protected. This translates the average of roughly 470 trees per acre across the state in those zones.
Okay.
So there's 23 million people.
All right, so let's review that in 2 weeks, and you'll be down 100,000 trees.
Yeah, the way it's growing.
Oh, my
In
goodness.
actuality,
You just clear cut it. What they were doing out there.
It's 350 statewide is what it is statewide. So,
Trees per person.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I hear it now.
Mhm.
349, 347.
yeah, the auctioneer's calling it downward.
Yeah.
So,
Holy cow.
yeah. So, but sulfur water is, you didn't
Yeah.
have to grow up with sulfur water.
No. The water I grew up
Blake
with
didn't
was
have to grow up
the
with
water I grew up
sulfur.
with was fabulous. And the best part about it is for 4 months of the year, it was colder than a water fountain.
Mhm.
I mean, you would turn on your tap and just get nice cold water.
Mhm.
Here, if I'm trying to wash lettuce for a salad,
Mhm.
10 months of the year, I get tepid water coming out of my cold water faucet. Is just tepid because
Yeah.
the pipes are, barely below ground,
Mhm.
and it's hot here.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get really cold water. Every now and again I get surprised. So I have to, wash my salad, and then I throw it in the refrigerator to get it crisp back up again.
Gotcha.
That's what that.
So the water there, unless it's summertime, stays cold coming through the pipes because the ground is that much colder.
In New York?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
the ground here might be 70 degrees and the ground there is like 50 degrees. And that's a huge difference in water temperature.
Right. And also, the reality is the fact that because, we get winter and we get hard freezes up there with some regularity, the pipes are dramatically lower than here where, your
Because they
water
have,
pipes.
they have to be so they
Correct, so they
won't
don't freeze.
Okay, that makes
Exactly.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's a different thing there.
Yeah.
Just one thought on the current administration and climate change.
Mhm.
They've gotten to the point where they can't deny climate change exists, so they say it's not a threat.
Mm.
Don't worry about it. It's not bad.
No, I think the climate is changing.
Mhm.
Do I think we're the cause of it? I think is where my argument
Well, that's
comes in.
right.
That's where no, I agree. The climate is changing.
Mhm.
It's going to change back. We had a global freeze that was coming in the 70s. We had the newest ice age and all that. I mean,
Right.
you're old enough to remember that
Yeah.
them telling us that.
Put on a sweater. Right?
Yeah, you remember that. So everyone was going to have to push to the central part of the world to live. I think is what they were saying. There would be a migration of dinosaurs, but it'd be humans.
Right.
But that was in the 70s. Within our lifetime, and now it's going in the other direction. And now, these things change in about 20, 30 years, and it's going to shift again.
Right. Well, we've got a limited run on climate history because it's the planet's been here since forever.
Mhm.
And people have been paying attention to this for not as long, but now they're going back and they're doing core samples. They're doing core samples in the North Pole, primarily in the Antarctic, to see, and they can tell what the temperature was, what the CO2 in the ice was at the time compared to now. So there are ways to go back, but as far as anecdotal history,
Mhm.
it's
It's not accurate.
Yeah, you can't ask the dinosaur what happened and where'd you go. Bobby and I were just talking a little bit. Bobby thought it was global warming. Was it global warming got the dinosaurs? And I said it was a meteor.
Yeah.
And it was a combination of both.
It was a meteor. I thought it was a meteor that created a
nuclear
plume.
winter. Yeah.
Created a plume that killed the plant life.
And caused the ice. Right. Because it blocked out the sun.
And then there was some volcanic stuff that came with the meteors and
sort of nuclear winter.
Volcanoes, what I've read has been the biggest culprit of killing the environment.
Yeah.
Because the plumes block the
and they
sun.
Spread, right.
And then it lowers
the temperature by many degrees.
Yeah, I mean, and lowering the temperature by 3 degrees is a huge deal.
Right.
And it kills the vegetation. And I thought it was something with meteor / volcanoes, plume, all those things coming together.
Yeah, it was like.
But I wasn't here. I'm not that old.
Krakatoa did that.
I'm not a boomer. So,
jealous?
No, I am. No, I'm okay being an Xer. I'm just snarky enough. So, all right. So waters, Hawaii seems to be consensus the best water.
Yes.
Texas,
not so much.
Is considered the worst. Is it the worst on both lists?
Let's see where they were in this one. No, Oklahoma's in serious shit.
So Oklahoma, I can understand. Oklahoma's
Yeah.
infrastructure is so far behind because of the reservations and the lack of money put into those reservations.
Yeah.
So I can see Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is 51st because you got DC in there as well.
Okay. Who's 50th?
Pennsylvania, surprisingly.
Wow.
Well, did you ever watch?
Is that because of the mining?
It could be because of the fracking. Did you ever watch? What was that? Who's the thing with the big Blake? Help me out here. Hank Azaria, Brockmeyer. Where he gets off the bus in Pennsylvania and the ground is just on fire from the fracking and the natural gas leaking out.
Was it from fracking? I don't think that was fracking.
Yeah.
Brockmeyer was about fracking?
No, Brockmeyer was about a drunken sportscaster.
I thought, or Aaron Brockovich is what I was thinking. I'm sorry.
No, that was something different. Right.
Sorry, Aaron Brockovich.
Coming back to environmental justice.
Aaron Brockovich was what I was thinking.
Correct.
I was like, I don't think that was fracking.
No, it's Jim Brockmeyer. That was the Hank Azaria character who who ended up when he got drunk and then ran because he caught his wife sleeping with his neighbor and he got drunk on air. He was the Kansas City Royals play-by-play announcer and he was great, but he would drink and then he would go off. And he really went off when he found out his wife was holding orgies with his neighbor. And he lost it on air, and they got rid of him in a big hurry.
Is it an orgy if it's just her and the neighbor?
I think they had a couple more friends.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, I think this woman ended up marrying George Brett. The character married George Brett.
And
Brett was in the show.
This is a fictional character, right?
George Brett was playing George Brett. And what's his face?
Because you know who the sportscaster that George Brett was best friends with.
Rush Limbaugh.
You got to turn your mic on there, kid.
Oh, sorry.
I know you're new here.
Sorry.
4 years. 4 years of school. Yeah.
He's got a degree in this.
Yeah.
Was it Mr. Rush Limbaugh?
It was Rush Limbaugh.
Really? Okay.
George Brett. All right. He was a sportscaster in KC, and they became friends when Brett was a young player.
All right.
And they stayed. I think George Brett was the best man at his wedding.
Okay. Now, Rush Limbaugh still dead?
Still dead.
Thank you very much. I need to check these things from time to time. I need to check in on this.
And I have one of those questions for Wednesday night.
Oh, great.
So,
but
you know I don't do very well on live or dead.
Yeah, but
some of them surprised me.
Yeah.
They are still dead.
Okay, good to know.
It definitely is surprising though.
Honey, get on that. Right.
It definitely is surprising, but you've always mentioned in the past that while you may not agree with the viewpoints of Mr. Rush Limbaugh, you definitely do have the respect for him for constantly being on the air for 3 straight hours.
I got great respect for him. He was on air, and kept it moving. Whether you agree with him or disagree with him, you could still listen to him. And he'd say some things where I'd be like, "Oh, come on, man," But
nowadays, that's probably even wouldn't raise a hackle.
Oh yeah, but the skill set that he had, no one did it better than him. And I have great respect for Howard Stern. So,
but he's reinvented himself a couple times. He's become a little bit more moderate, I would think. And I was never a big fan of his just because, you know, you don't need to see lesbians throw midgets around the room. And that was his show for a couple of years.
Well, I don't hate on that.
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
All right.
you got to, I mean, sweet's week. You got to do what you got to do.
Fair enough.
You got to do what you got to do.
Fair enough.
And those sponsors are big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the guy's a gajillionaire.
Oh,
He's the king of all media, is he not?
so
Just
Got
ask
that
him, he'll
Sirius
tell you.
XM money.
Sorry?
Got that Sirius XM money.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I mean, I think he makes like 70 million a year.
Okay.
Like,
not bad work.
check out what Howard makes a year. Him and Rush were like first and second, going back and forth like 50, 60 million.
100 million a year.
100 million a year.
A mere $100
A
million
year.
a year.
A year.
A year. Right. Why does he have to work the next year?
I can tell you right now, you give me 50 million and I'm just going to do some good stuff. And
That's why I
I
keep
might
trying to
show
play the
up here-
lottery.
I might show up here for free.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I do
You
that
do.
already.
Right, exactly. I was going to say.
You do that already.
Uh-huh.
So, all right. Are you ready for 5
I
questions?
am
sir?
ready for 5 questions.
All right. For our first, you got to answer the question of the day. Today is Best Friends Day.
Okay.
Who was your first best friend?
It was Ira Ruderman.
Ira Ruderman.
Funny
Neighbor?
story. No, it's a kid that
Classmate.
moved into my town in 3rd grade. And he sat down next to me and he introduced himself to me and said, I have triplet sisters. And I looked at him and said, big deal. And I looked at Joey L. Ellis sitting to my left and said, he has triplet sisters as well. What's the big deal?
Everyone
So
does.
in 3rd grade, I had 2 friends that both had triplet sisters.
I don't think I know one set of triplets. They were all brothers. They were all school teachers and all football coaches. So, and they were in the land. I don't think I've met another set of triplets since then.
It's
Blake,
interesting.
have you ever met a set of triplets?
I am not.
A friend of mine did a documentary. There's a documentary, I think it's called Triplets,
Mhm.
about 3 brothers. And if you saw
Well,
them,
that would make sense. That
Yeah.
tracks.
yeah, if you saw them, you would know that they are, I mean, I think they're pretty much identical triplets, but they got separated.
Mm.
And they eventually found themselves back together. And it's a wild story. And I think there's a documentary called Triplets.
Well, I just read an article about a guy who was a twin,
Mhm.
and he was going to this college, and he goes to this college for the very first time, and he gets out of the car, and everybody's like, "Hey, I didn't think you were coming back," and they're all like, talking to him and all this stuff, and he goes to his dorm room, and a guy knocks on the door and says, "Were you adopted?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was adopted." He goes, "Is your birthday such and such a day, like June 12th or something like that?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "My best friend's your twin." and they got them together, and they were adopted twins, but the other one was taking a gap year. The other kid shows up at the school, and everyone's like hugging him and like, "Hey, Eddie." I think one of them's name was Eddie, and one
Okay.
was like Tony. "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Who the hell is this Eddie?"
Right.
Who
Who are you? Right.
I don't think I'm who you think I am.
Right.
And it turned out that they were actually brothers.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I just read that this week, so I wish I knew more about the detail.
All right. Question number 1. Blake, you with us?
Yeah.
All right, I've been
Okay.
studying all weekend for this.
What are some unusual places you've been?
Bomb shelter. We used to play hide and go seek in the bomb shelter
okay.
in DeLand. They used to have a military academy
Yeah.
in DeLand. It closed down, but they left the bomb shelter there, and that's where we'd play hide and go seek.
Nice.
But I think you were talking about more like distant locations.
Not necessarily.
So
That's an unusual place to play.
yeah, I swam in. One of our swimming holes was one of those big round reservoir tanks
Okay.
where like you'd lift the lid up, and there's probably a gap about 2 feet. And we were swimming in there, and of course my friend Chris Carroll, same
Close
guy
the
who
top.
pushed me off the bridge, crawls out, closes the top, and sits on the top.
Jeez.
All right. You can't see anything. There's only one ladder. Luckily, all of us are good swimmers.
Right.
So one of us got to the ladder and called over the other 3.
Right.
Yeah. So, by the way, I was the last one to find the ladder. I was tired. So, but that's, no, I would say the bomb shelter is one of the more interesting places that I don't even know if I wonder if they've done anything with it. I know around the location where
They probably refurbished it and put it back into use.
it's probably,
Just remember where that
probably
is.
got a
Yeah.
building over
Yeah.
top of it
Yeah.
now. So, but,
As long as there's a way to get in.
yeah. So they probably dug it up and got a building over top of it. I mean, it was like 10 feet underground.
Well, that's it. Like I remember my elementary school, there were those, fallout shelter signs on the wall.
Mhm.
And, the school, I don't think it had much of a basement. And, this is on Long Island and Long Beach. And, there was no confidence in that fallout shelter for any reason. But that was also, don't sit near a window in a nuclear blast.
No, that's,
Okay.
yeah, good idea.
Right.
I would say this was, just a guesstimate in my mind is probably smaller. I would say it's probably about the size of our entire studio. The fallout.
Fallout shelter. Yeah, the bomb shelter.
The bomb
Yeah,
shelter.
yeah. Okay, cool.
So-
Yeah.
So
Blake?
I'm probably going to say the Doolin Cave in Doolin, Ireland. That I believe that had the largest stalactites in the European continent.
Very cool.
can I change my answer?
Sure.
Very cool place to go in Tennessee is the sea under the sea. It's just outside of Riceville. I'll have to look up the name.
Okay.
But it's actually a 4-acre lake at the bottom, and it's like 400 feet into the side of the mountain. So
Well,
something under the sea.
and it's funny because I can match you guys on caverns because
Okay.
one of them is Howe Caverns, which was a really interesting place in upstate New York. We were doing that on our way to go march our intention was not to march in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Boston, but that was the result of our trip there. Yeah, and a couple of friends of mine from college, we were traveling from Ithaca to Boston, and we made a pit stop in Howe Cavern. And Clarence is still in therapy because of us. That's a story I'll tell you later, but man, what a trip that was, literally and figuratively.
Lost Sea is what it's called.
Okay.
Yep.
And the other one, my other place would be Lake Solitude, which is, it was a 20-mile hike, 10 miles up, 10 miles back in the Tetons. And it was one of the most amazing places I've ever been because you come out and you're hiking and you got moose, which are big. I could walk under a freaking moose. It's spooky how tall they are. And you hike up and then you end up in this magnificent alpine meadow and you're just walking across this and then you get to the other side and there's this beautiful glacier lake with a glacier on the other side of it. And this was July, so we were sliding down this glacier in July in this, and it was magnificent, magnificent. It really was.
That sounds cool.
Yep, it was great.
Yeah, but Confederate soldiers would hide in these caverns,
Oh, okay.
and it was
So the water
use
drinkable,
the
you think?
caverns as a what is that?
Was the water potable? Could they drink the water?
I don't know.
Probably very minerally, I would think.
I would think it was very salty.
Okay.
So, but because the opening at the time was only about this, it just looked like a small little cave,
Right.
but it went like 150 feet deep, and then it opened up. And I said the lake was four acres. It's 4.5 acres visibly, but divers have said that it's over 13 acres,
Wow.
and it's stocked with rainbow trout.
Oh, okay.
So that came along later.
All right. You bring your fishing, bring your miner's lamp and your fishing rod.
Yep, the cavern system. By the way, it's the largest one in America.
This one in Tennessee.
The one in Tennessee.
The Lost
It's in
Sea?
Sweetwater. The cavern system once yielded 20,000-year-old fossilized tracks and bones of prehistoric giant Pleistocene jaguar.
Okay.
Modern discovery in 1905. A 13-year-old boy, Ben Sands, discovered the lake after crawling through a tiny, muddy 40-foot tunnel. So a 13-year-old kid,
Good on him.
yeah, is the one who found it.
Okay.
So, it's on private property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So pay your admittance and we'll take you in.
Yep.
All right. Good for them. It's funny that all three of us picked a cavern or something or a big hole in the ground.
Well, I didn't at first, but
Right.
like-
Yeah, but he tweaked
well, mine was kind of a cavern. It was a fallout shelter.
you. Right. Exactly. The hole in the ground.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
What is the most epic way you've seen somebody quit or get fired?
Wow.
I'm gonna have to think about this.
I'll go.
Blake's only seen me get fired. I officially quit,
Oh, yeah.
but it was
It's my story, and you're sticking
Yeah.
to it, right? I got you.
officially on paper. I retired.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was a firing. So, unfortunately, I fired some people. I had a guy I had to fire because he was stealing gas from us. I saw him steal gas.
Oh,
He hid the gas right in front of me, thinking I wasn't gonna. He had a drug issue, and then he got mad at me, saying that I set him up to get fired. Well, he had been stealing gas for weeks, and we suspected it. I just kind of watched this time,
Right.
but he got mad at me because he was
because
stealing.
he got caught. Right.
He was stealing, and I didn't stop him when he could have kept his job.
Oh, well, there you go. Being in the restaurant business, you see some real hissy fits on the way out the door.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, there is just food flying everywhere. I had a waiter at one point in time, and it took a couple of days to find out. The kid's name was Lamb, and he was not a bad waiter, but he was changing tips on credit card slips.
Ooh.
And we found that out, and he did not last another day.
Ooh.
So yeah, but there's a lot of produce being flown around in the kitchen. If you're gonna fire a cook, you make sure that the knives are all in the knife block before you do that.
Mhm.
Just saying.
When someone gives you 2 weeks notice, do you allow them to do it?
It depends on who they are and what the rationale is. If they're moving to another job and they're a good employee, there's no reason to necessarily penalize them nor the organization, because if you pull a key employee out without somebody to backfill their space, it could slow down the organization. And if somebody wasn't a problem, they're doing the right thing. A couple of situations where it was,
mediocre,
uncomfortable.
mediocre employee,
Yeah.
given 2 weeks notice, probably going to a company that might be your competitor.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Here, give me the keys.
Right.
Okay.
But as a rule, if they're given 2 weeks notice because they're doing the right thing, they're moving out of state, they're going
Moving
to
out
another
of state.
job, things like that.
Moving
That's
out
what
of
I said.
state,
It depends on
different
the
story.
situation.
Staying in the
Yeah.
same region, I'll take your keys now.
Depends on the situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake? Hopefully you're too young to have any hissy-fitted firings.
Hissy firings.
Surprisingly, not. Thankfully for me, not yet. So
Good. Hopefully you never will.
Okay.
there will come a day, though. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
What actor or actress plays the same character in almost every movie or show?
Steve Buscemi.
Really?
I don't know.
Think about Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Nucky. All right. Think about Nucky, and then think about Con Air.
Steve Buscemi. He's still the crazy guy.
Okay. All right. Well, different crazies, but fair enough.
Different type of crazy, but
Okay.
still
yeah,
a crazy
yeah,
guy.
no doubt. Blake?
Samuel L. Jackson because I think it's in his contract to at least have one F-bomb in all of his movies.
I'm going with Jason Statham.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I
Steven Seagal would
no,
be,
yeah, no, no.
you know,
Yeah.
any of those guys who
Yeah.
played those
Rock.
type of
Right,
roles.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Any of those guys that play those type of roles
Yeah.
can fall in that. Hopefully he gets out of that, because a lot of these guys that continue to stay relevant
Right.
move to a different level of that. So
Yeah. Or straight to video.
yeah. That's
What's the last photo you took?
screenshot or a photo.
Doesn't matter.
I'll tell you.
Screenshot's not really a photo.
Here we go.
A picture of
That's a
you took a picture of
screenshot.
something.
That's a screenshot. That's not really a screenshot. That's answers for Wednesday.
Oh, I'll take a peek at that. We don't need no pre answers, do we, dear?
I think mine are mostly screenshots. Last photo I took, Blake, we loaded them up today for a listing at 88 Riberia for Coquina Coast Realty.
Okay.
So that's the last photo I would consider a true photo.
Oh, that was it.
So
There you go.
I did take some of the girls on the boat yesterday too. So that was
Actually, that's not fair. I was going with that
well,
one.
you sent deviled eggs.
Because I forgot that one. That's honestly the last photo I took, which was we went to Anna and Ray's for dinner last night, and Ray made deviled eggs. But and I did that because I know you're a deviled egg fiend.
Yeah, no, I made deviled eggs last night after that.
But this is dinner from Sunday night. No, Saturday. This is Saturday's dinner,
That looks good.
which is shrimp, eggplant, and peaches.
Ooh, okay.
And that was a dish I got from Tommaso's, a restaurant in Bay Ridge, where if you leave your car running, it's washed and filled with gas when you leave. It's a long restaurant, and there's mirrored soffits on either side of the dining room. And I promise you, there's a camera in back of everyone with an FBI agent just watching the whole thing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this was, you know, it was a friendly place for my brethren.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then Blake.
Ooh.
Last photo you took.
Oh yeah, last photo I took, I think it was Ty sitting on the chair watching the Wiggles, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Final question of the day.
What game have you spent the most hours playing?
Baseball.
That's what I figured your answer would be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I knew that coming in.
Maybe softball, because you played so many more games in softball. Like you'd play like 8 a weekend.
Right.
But,
Tournaments. Yeah.
But I mean, I would say, yeah, I would still say probably baseball.
Okay. Blake?
I'm
cheesy.
Or cheesy. There you go.
Well, I was gonna say video games, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone in
But which one
particular?
in particular?
I'm gonna say MLB The Show.
MLB The Show.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you hitting in that, like right now, like 600?
Reasonable 450.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. That's Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah, in my year 20. So
Bobby's last picture was at a shrimp game last Saturday. Shocker, Bobby.
And by the way, he will not be with us tomorrow because he's got tickets.
He's got a game.
Okay.
Got a game.
Mine,
Excused absence.
yeah, mine is either euchre. It's euchre right now
Mhm.
because we played it all
I
through
used
college.
to play a lot. I played a lot of euchre when I was traveling. I played euchre and softball more than baseball.
Yeah,
So we played Forest Horse and Mustache Men and a lot of baseball,
yeah. We would play euchre.
which is a matching poker game.
Okay, not familiar with that one. You'll have to teach me. Yeah, we would play euchre
it's
all
a
through
terrible
college in the house. Who needed to go to college? We just played euchre.
Yeah.
And have continued to do that. I'm out of college, what, 46 years? Is that possible?
I probably have not played euchre in
Yeah.
probably 20 years because not a lot of people play euchre.
Right.
You know, unless you're a ball player down here, you don't play euchre. So, Blake, have you ever
It's a Midwestern game.
heard of the game euchre?
no, I have not.
You've only heard of Bob Euchre.
Right.
Yeah.
Front row.
Euchre is a trump game.
Yeah.
You know, you got
It's
left
like
bar, right
mini
bar.
bridge. Right.
Yeah, left bar, right bar. You play with only the face cards, really.
Well, 9s and 10s. But
yeah.
yeah. But
So-
yeah, we did that, and we're still playing euchre now. 46 years later.
Bobby wins on this answer, the game of life, and not the board game.
Right. Which I played a lot of that when
Yeah.
I was a kid too.
Yeah.
But you know, all the family members were just little skinny sticks, little plastic pegs.
Yeah.
That's it. And now we've broken into a new game called 313, which we play a lot. It's like
You're,
gin rummy on steroids.
yeah.
You get dealt 3 cards the first hand.
You're
4
trying to
the
come
next.
up with 13.
No,
the
no.
number
It's
13.
just the game goes from 3 to 13 because there's 13 cards in a suit. So
So you start with 3, then 4, then 5.
Correct.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
and then you have to get
Yeah.
3. You've got to get 3 of a kind or a straight flush.
My parents still to this day play a lot of card games, and I think it does help them cognitively.
Yeah.
I mean, they play, dominoes, card. I mean, they either are playing some game before they go to bed.
Right.
Good. And we always play games like canasta was a big game growing up. Spades, spades translates to euchre.
Right.
Like
I like hearts.
I learned spades before I learned euchre. Never really played hearts. I was never
Spades in red.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we never really played played that. Tunk is a more southern game, I think.
Because Northerners can't pronounce it.
Yeah. So you ever heard of Tunk?
No.
Okay. It's played in poorer cultures. So.
So what you calling it? You saying it's penny ante?
No, I think there's probably more guns involved.
Oh, so, well, there you go.
So
I'll sit this hand out.
Yeah. So if you go over to West Augustine, you see the guys around the milk crates and stuff, and they're playing cards. They're probably playing Tunk.
T-U-N-K.
I think it's
U-N-C?
I think it's T-O-N-K. Yeah.
T-O-N-K. Tunk. Okay,
Tunk.
Gotcha.
So,
all right.
All
Onward
right.
and upward.
That is the end of our show. I'm going to look up how to spell Tunk.
Okay.
But this is where we wave and smile.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
I got a fun one.